At this moment, the person you care about is enveloped in a profound silence, a silence that speaks volumes about the inner turmoil they are currently enduring. Although they remain very much alive and present, their emotional landscape is marked by a series of overwhelming challenges that have left them feeling detached and unable to fully connect with your vibrant energy. This period of quiet introspection is not a sign of indifference but rather a reflection of the heavy burdens they are carrying. They are caught in the midst of personal struggles that seem insurmountable at times, yet there is a resilient spark within them that hints at a future reawakening of the warmth and connection you once shared. Deep within, they acknowledge that this silence is merely temporary, a phase they believe they will eventually overcome. They are working hard to regain their footing, understanding that their current state is only a brief interlude before they can once again fully engage with the world around them, and with you in particular. The challenges they face are not trivial. They involve a complex web of personal, professional, and relational factors that have left them feeling overwhelmed. Despite these difficulties, they are gradually building the courage to emerge from this cocoon of solitude and rediscover the energy that initially brought you together. Their heart is on the verge of reaching out to you, yearning to take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. However, before they can express these deeply felt emotions, they feel compelled to address and resolve certain external influences that have muddied the clarity of their intentions. These interferences may stem from various sources: a demanding work environment that drains their spirit, family matters that require delicate handling, or lingering ties with a former partner who continues to cast shadows over their present life. It is as if these unresolved issues act like barriers, preventing them from moving forward with the wholehearted commitment they wish to offer. In the quiet moments of reflection, they wrestle with a strong desire to confess the many truths and vulnerabilities that have accumulated over time. There is an internal dialogue filled with both hope and hesitation, as they ponder whether you will understand the depths of their struggle. They fear that by laying bare their most personal thoughts, they might expose flaws that could potentially drive you away. This fear is compounded by a persistent feeling of having disappointed you in the past, memories of broken trust and unmet expectations that still linger heavily on their conscience. The weight of these past actions makes the prospect of further confession not only daunting but also fraught with the risk of rejection. The thought of asking you for more time and understanding fills them with a mix of anxiety and trepidation. They are painfully aware that every moment they take to reveal the layers of their internal conflicts might be seen as yet another instance of failing to meet your expectations. Despite this, the overwhelming truth is that they cannot imagine a future without you. The love they feel for you is profound and transformative, so much so that it has become the compass guiding them through their darkest hours. You are not merely a partner. You are the one who holds the key to their heart, the person who has the unique ability to mend the fractures within their soul. This inner conflict is a testament to the intensity of their feelings. They find themselves at a crossroads, torn between the urge to open up completely and the instinct to protect themselves from further pain. The struggle is real and deeply personal, a battle between vulnerability and self-preservation. They recognize that a true connection requires honesty and courage, yet the fear of repeating past mistakes or causing you additional hurt is a constant shadow over their every decision. Ultimately, their silence is not an indication of withdrawal but a period of deep reflection and emotional recalibration. They are preparing themselves for the moment when they will step forward and share everything: the fears, the regrets, the lessons learned, and the immense love that continues to grow despite the hardships. In doing so, they hope to forge a stronger, more resilient bond with you, one that is built on mutual understanding and a shared commitment to overcoming the obstacles life has thrown in their path. In essence, every pause and moment of introspection is a sign of how deeply they care about you. They are willing to face their inner demons, to resolve the external disruptions, and to eventually open up to you completely, all because they believe that what you share is worth every ounce of struggle. You remain the most cherished person in their life, a beacon of hope and love that they are determined not to lose, no matter how turbulent the journey may be. Letting you walk away from me has become the deepest regret of my life, a regret that haunts me every single day. In the quiet moments when I reflect on what we once had, I realize with painful clarity that I should have fought for us. Instead of standing up to the challenges and uncertainties that came our way, I allowed fear and confusion to paralyze me. At the time, I felt as if I were on a never-ending roller coaster ride, where every twist and sudden drop left me disoriented and overwhelmed. In the midst of that tumult, I simply did not have the strength to communicate with you, and that silence has burdened me with remorse ever since. Throughout our time apart, my thoughts have constantly drifted back to you. I have found myself compulsively checking up on you, clinging to any glimpse of happiness or comfort that might remind me of what we shared. There is an incessant ache within me, a powerful surge of deep emotions that threatens to burst out of my chest. This overwhelming feeling of longing and regret has grown so intense that I can no longer keep it hidden. Every day without you has deepened my sorrow and amplified my yearning for the connection we once cherished. Today, I am consumed by the stark realization of how much I miss you. The absence of your presence has left a gaping void in my life that nothing else can fill. I feel foolish for the decisions I made and the way I behaved, actions driven by a misguided fear that cost me the one person who truly understands me. It is painful to acknowledge that I allowed my own uncertainty to dictate my actions, resulting in choices that have not served me in any way. I now see how those choices led to a loss that I can never undo, and I am burdened by the weight of that irreversible mistake. When I am with you, I experience a profound sense of aliveness and belonging that I have never found anywhere else. Your presence brings warmth and meaning to my days. It is in your embrace that I feel most at home. Without you, the world around me feels cold and suffocating. I am left with the bitter taste of loneliness and a shattered spirit that struggles to find hope. The joy and vibrancy of life seem to vanish when I am not by your side, and each passing moment without you only intensifies the despair I feel inside. The regret I harbor is not a fleeting emotion, but a constant reminder of the opportunities once squandered. It is a lesson learned the hard way, a lesson that has reshaped my understanding of love and loss. I have come to recognize that my own insecurities and inability to communicate effectively have left me isolated in a sea of what-ifs and could-have-beens. Yet, amid the lingering sorrow, there remains a spark of hope, a hope that I can somehow make amends and restore the bond that we once shared. I promise you that I will come back, not just in body but in spirit and commitment. I am determined to confront my shortcomings and to fight for the love that remains the most precious part of my life. I long for the chance to prove to you that I have grown from my past mistakes and that I am ready to embrace a future where our hearts can beat in unison once more. The thought of living the rest of my days without you is unbearable. I cannot stand the distance that separates us any longer. Every moment apart is a constant reminder of what I stand to lose if I do not act with conviction. From the depths of my soul, I ask you, would you be willing to give me another chance? I understand that rebuilding trust takes time, and I know that I must first prove that I am capable of offering you the unwavering love and support you deserve. You are irreplaceable in my life, someone who completes me in ways I never imagined possible. I am deeply sorry for the mess I have created with my actions, for the times when my own fears eclipsed the love that should have guided me. I am committed to learning from these mistakes and to dedicating myself fully to mending our fractured relationship. In writing these words, I want you to see not just a reflection of my regret, but also a promise to never again let my doubts and insecurities rob me of the joy that comes from being with you. I hope that, with time, you can find it in your heart to forgive me and to allow our love the chance to flourish once again. Until that day comes, know that I will continue to fight for us, cherishing every memory and every hope for a future where we can be together again. Reflecting on our past, I am constantly overwhelmed by flashbacks of moments when I had the opportunity to show you my love and affection, yet I let my ego overshadow everything. In those times, I believed that my cool, flirty demeanor would be enough to win your heart, but I now see that my approach was both misguided and immature. I was so convinced that projecting an air of indifference and charm would capture your interest that I lost sight of the genuine tenderness and loyalty you valued so deeply. Instead of openly expressing my true feelings, I let my pride interfere, and I now understand that what you cherish most in a partner is the quiet strength of sincerity, reliability, and gentleness. There were days when I intentionally withheld my attention, ignoring your calls and leaving your messages unanswered, in the mistaken belief that distance would intensify your desire for me. I convinced myself that playing hard to get was a strategy that would make you appreciate me more, yet this only served to create an unbridgeable gap between us. My deliberate silence, fueled by a misguided player attitude, did not spark the passion I had hoped for but instead pushed you further away. I now recognize that this behavior was not a testament to strength or mystery, but rather a demonstration of my own insecurities and inability to be vulnerable. By withholding my affection, I deprived both of us of the deep connection that honest, open communication could have nurtured. Over time, as I revisited these memories and the pain they caused, I began to understand the true essence of a meaningful relationship. You have an innate ability to value loyalty and gentleness over superficial charm, a quality that is both rare and profound. It was through your consistent demonstration of these traits that I learned a hard lesson: real love is not won by playing games or by trying to seem unattainable. Instead, it is cultivated through small acts of kindness, consistent support, and a willingness to be present, even in moments of vulnerability. Your unwavering character taught me that a genuine relationship is built on a foundation of trust, respect, and heartfelt honesty rather than on fleeting moments of flirtation or calculated aloofness. As I look back, I see that every instance where I held back was a missed opportunity to embrace and express the depth of my feelings for you. I misinterpreted silence for strength, wrongly assuming that not showing my hand would somehow make you yearn for more of me. In reality, my actions only led to confusion and emotional distance, making it harder for us to truly connect. With each unanswered call and each delayed response, I was inadvertently constructing walls between us. The more I retreated behind my self-imposed barriers, the more I distanced myself from the opportunity to create a bond defined by genuine affection and mutual understanding. Your influence in my life has been transformative. I have come to see that the superficial allure of flirtatious behavior pales in comparison to the enduring appeal of loyalty and gentleness. It was your calm and compassionate nature that showed me the value of being present and attentive, even when my ego tempted me to act otherwise. You taught me that a true partner does not need to be chased through games or contrived silence. Instead, a real relationship flourishes when both people commit wholeheartedly, embracing vulnerability and expressing their feelings without reservation. This realization has been both humbling and enlightening, a turning point that has reshaped my understanding of what it means to love and be loved. In accepting the lessons you have so graciously imparted, I now see that my previous actions were driven by a flawed notion of what it means to be desirable. I mistakenly believed that creating distance would enhance your attraction towards me, not realizing that true affection is nurtured by closeness and consistent care. Every moment of intentional neglect, every call left unanswered, was a moment in which I failed to honor the connection we could have had. Instead of building a bridge between our hearts, I built walls of silence and indifference, walls that now serve as painful reminders of my past errors. Ultimately, our shared history has become both a repository of regret and a valuable source of learning. I have discovered that the qualities you embody, kindness, loyalty, and an unwavering gentleness, are the true hallmarks of a partner worth cherishing. Moving forward, I am committed to shedding the remnants of my old ego-driven self and embracing a path of genuine care and consistent affection. I aspire to become a man who understands that love is not a game to be played, but a bond to be nurtured with patience, vulnerability, and honesty. Your influence continues to inspire me to grow, reminding me daily that the true measure of a man is not found in his ability to charm through superficial gestures, but in his capacity to love deeply and authentically.